No, right there.
Well, here's the biggest part right there.
Okay, right there.
Can you feel it?
Oh, here you gotta sit up straight
There's
more.
a switch.
There you go. Oh, maybe we turned the switch off. Yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. Now.
Oh,
Okay.
move it this way a little bit to the right.
To your right,
Yeah. A little bit more.
then it's like not even on you.
Not even on you.
Oh! You hear that?
Yeah,
Finally.
somehow the switch got turned off.
Whoa, something's vibrating.
Yeah.
What is it, Grandpa?
A lot.
Back massage.
A lot.
A lot.
Feels good.
Grandpa, how was your Christmas?
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I'm videoing.
What? I got my lumbago massage,
fast.
Ooh.
and it's going.
And
Oh, and I got a calendar for Panda Express,
Exciting.
and I got a
coupons
coupon
for all year.
book and for a whole year, and I also got
Does she still have that herder instinct
card.
in her?
Yeah.
Like
And a
the
card.
miniature?
You got a car?
Yeah, so I can eat a bunch of panda stuff.
Read that out of them?
What? How'd you get a car?
She gave it to me, a card.
Oh, card. I thought you said a car.
No.
Oh.
She
Panda
was about
card.
that at that time.
Grandma, how was your Christmas?
My Christmas was fine. I met my deadline of making 8 nut rolls and 1 poppy seed cake for Paul
Oh.
yesterday, and that was a feat. That was quite a
And we're excited to have them.
yes, and I'm glad.
It was crazy.
Enjoy it.
I know, she is like a
Grandpa
cat.
calls it Hanukkah because in Slovak that means nut roll.
Oh.
I always called it nut roll, but you know, his dad was first generation, so they spoke a lot more. They used a lot more terms like that than we did. Incha.
Yeah.
Wait, Russian terms?
Yes.
Slovak.
See,
Slovak?
with my dad, like he said, he didn't teach me the language in high school like I asked him to. He said because he was too busy trying to learn English. Because he spoke 7 languages.
Whoa.
Your dad spoke 7 languages?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's the way Europe is. I mean, you've got a country, like here, we're going from state to state. It would be like each state having its own language.
Yeah.
In Europe, and that's the way you were like
A lot
that.
of
Hey,
it
first
were
off, in
dialects.
Russia alone, there were like, I think he said 2 or 3 dialects. There were many, many dialects. But he learned 2 or 3 of them. I can't remember which. But,
Interesting.
you know, Slovak, Czechoslovakia, Yugoslavia, Poland, let's see, 3,
There's too many people here, I think.
and
Well, I
3
mean,
dialects,
not even
that's
the
6.
last time.
English, 7, I don't know. Maybe,
Wow.
maybe I missed one. I think I missed one.
How many languages could you speak?
I have a hard time with English.
He wanted me to go take Spanish because we're with the Mexicans quite a bit and trying to understand them. But I think he should go ahead and take it, and he should learn Spanish.
No, you know, the thing is, if I was about 10 years earlier, or maybe even 20, because I know when I looked at him, I was taking a real estate license, I said, oh, enough for me, you know, and sure enough, I got 98 and 97.
He got his
on
Wow.
tests. Nothing.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, now when I thought, it was about 5 years ago, I said, well, I should have kept renewing it instead of dropping. Just keep it up. Even though I didn't do a whole lot with it because I was so busy with other things, but I said, maybe I'll go back and do it again. I went in back and I looked at the books to study it, and it was all changes in the law that affected the real estate testing and stuff. And I said, that's boring. So I never did it, but you know, it just was a whole lot of different as far as interest goes.
I'm curious, how did you two meet?
Huh?
How did you two meet?
High school.
Well, how did you
In our
meet her, though?
sophomore year,
Did you see
Well,
her
we-
and she looked pretty and you went up and talked to her, or how did it happen? Grandma, how did it happen?
Well, first of all, he was very reserved, but his buddies weren't. So I went to a hayride with Don Front with his friend first, and then Pete Carmichael came over to my house several times and
Melissa, did you grab my jacket?
Yeah.
And then
with my buddies, she was going with all my buddies.
I wasn't going with them. They
No,
just
I mean,
asked me to go out, and you didn't. So
Oh.
then I was in the sweet shop next door because it was just like Happy Days. It was the
I want to see if you
50s.
can get her one up
And he came
Is
in.
that the
to
chatterbox? It was
Yes.
a chatterbox. Yeah.
Chatterbox. And he came in and he started talking to all of us, and then he started talking to me. And then every time I turned around high school, in the hall, anywhere, there he was. He never said anything, he was just there all the time.
So he was following you?
We started to go together in our junior year in high school.
Well, how did you ask her out?
What?
How did you ask her to be your girlfriend?
Well, I asked my buddy to do it for me.
Really?
No.
How did you ask
She
her?
would say that. She would say that.
Grandma, how did he ask you?
He never actually asked me, he just always assumed.
Oh,
He assumed that we would go steady, he assumed that we would marry, he assumed that things would be the way he wanted them to be. That's the way he's always been.
but then you just went along with it too, though.
I did. I did. And he's the only one that I ever wanted to. I never wanted to be with another man in my life.
And I never had another girlfriend.
So how did Grandpa propose to you?
He asked me if we could marry while he was in college or afterwards. I figured it'd be best in college, while he was still in college. So we were married, but I stayed and worked at Standard Oil when he came home on weekends.
Wow.
Yeah.
We were apart a lot.
Well, but you know, the people at church who were married said it'll never work. We're too young and all this and that, but it worked. I'd like to tell them it worked, but that was 55 years ago and they're all dead.
Oh.
Because they were all adults that said that.
Oh, goodness. So, Grandma, what'd you get Grandpa for Christmas this year?
I'll tell you what I gave him. I gave him $400 to go to the Rose Bowl game.
Woo!
Now, can Melissa
She
keep that?
let me use it out of our budget.
No way, Melissa got shown up right now.
What'd you say?
Say it again, Grandpa.
Say it again, Grandpa.
I said you let me use it out of our budget.
All right. You could put it that way. It's all right.
Well, great. Can you both say Merry Christmas to the camera?
What?
Can you both say Merry Christmas to the camera?
Merry Christmas, camera.
Merry Christmas from Grandpa, Don, and Grandma Jean.
Yeah.
We love
Christmas
you.
2009.
Perfect. Thank you.